Yo, what up? I was thinking about doing some full game runs again, however, I am slightly dusted when it comes to skips, so I thought would be a good idea to at least practice some. That's what I'm here to do. Should be probably short. I don't know how long I have time for, so I'll just see. So I don't know, I guess just doing some of the harder ones and or maybe some of the later ones. I'm not actually sure. Wanted to see about the 1-2 skip, even though I'm actually not sure if I need to practice this because I think it will be about around 5 minutes. I guess just to get the general setup again, relatively easy. You never know. Actually, funnily enough, yo Elad, what up? Actually, funnily enough, I think the new 1-2 skip is actually easier than this one that I currently do in full game runs, or at least it's easier for most of it. The last part is, I'm not sure if I would call it hard because I literally don't know how to do it anymore. So if I were to be comfortable with that one, I would probably easily go for that first, or the faster skip in 1-2. But since I have zero clue, and also because I play without sound, this one should be easier. Yeah, just have to get the initial setup correct on the last few trees. So I think I usually, do I jump up from here or like? No, I think I jump from like the third, like, yeah. So I do the third last, I guess. How's the running going for you? This? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I already fell here, so that's already too far. Third one. Up here. This way. Yeah, okay. So can I kill them all from here, or do I have to jump? Okay, I can. Okay, pretty easy. Dash and punch. Attack is stronger. Actually, no clue. Maybe the one thing that I recognize, I mean, sometimes it's due to relics. So, for example, here, I can show you. For the first ones, if you don't take the relics, I think it takes 2 attacks, and if you take the relics, it takes 1 attack, which is why you basically always want to take the first box. The other ones I don't think do anything in regards to at least combat, but usually, I mean, means more relics, fights are easier, so if I go here, let's hit the first enemy. And, oh yeah, I mean, it could be that they're also harder. So no, they die in 1 hit. Of enemies and use tornaded fistula, it's more effective. Radius, I don't think it increases. But maybe damage. I mean, I couldn't think at least of anywhere where that would have ever helped me. I mean, especially in New Game Plus, it's kind of always hard to tell what is because of the combo meter and what is because of actually dashing, for example. Something I've also been thinking about is maybe integrating 3-1 into full game runs, because actually it's not that hard anymore for me, at least. But might be just too much grind. I mean, I have to look at the Excel sheet again.
Let's go see if there's any other way
But it does. I think it says like 7 to 9 seconds, something like this. So I probably won't do it, but might be something like the scenario with 7-1 where we try to get it like once and then just live with it. So, okay. Actually, it's pretty easy. If I get some practice on it, of course. Question is it worth it to practice this? Now it seems to be a bit slippery. It's not the case. Okay, maybe I'll take it back. Maybe it's not as easy as I thought. Yeah. Wouldn't have integrated anyways, probably. Does it affect Sunstone attacks? I'm not actually... I think you're correct, but I'm not 100% certain. Again, I don't think it's radius that it increases. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it increases damage, because I'm pretty sure there's some instances where if you have combo meter, you can just use Tornado to one-shot everything. There's around 30 seconds. Okay. I mean, I guess when you do Colosseum stuff like this, when you do more combat-oriented stuff, it kind of makes it more obvious, since I don't do that. To me, at least, it's not obvious, but... yeah, definitely it does increase damage with combo meter. Of course, that would be useful, yeah. At least in New Game Plus. I'm actually not sure if I want to do New Game Plus or any percent first, because if I remember correctly, I think my New Game Plus run is not as good as my any percent run, but my New Game Plus run includes 13-4 skip. I don't think my current any percent run includes that, if I had to guess. So that's the big question is, okay, do I want to do that or not? But basically there's gonna be 3 pain points in this run if I do any percent, which are going to be 3-3. I mean everything before 3-3 I mean 3-1 and was it, yeah, basically from 2-2 to 3-2 there's nothing to reset for. So basically the main instant reset point would be the 2-1 skip. Before that I try to get everything. But after that I guess I can live with a little bit, and then other reset points would be 3-3, the skip. Even though I would have to check my run. I actually don't think I got it on my any percent run, because I think back then we still used the hard... Actually, I mean, to be fair, this is literally, I think, the same setup. Or at least the second part is the same setup. The first part, I think, was not used in my current full game runs. But yeah, this is still the hard one. And yeah, this is not good. But I can still salvage this. So it would be 3-3. And then it would be... So it would be 3-3, then 3-4, and then 7-1. Those would be the reset points, probably, for me. Or at least after that, unless I'm insanely in the red, I would probably not reset anymore. After 7-1, I would probably play through it. No matter how ugly it is. Okay, so I have to dash here. Thought I could just, or attack rather. But didn't you say 13-4 skip is RNG? Well, 13-4 is risky in the regard that it can softlock you. That is absolute worst case. It's slightly RNG, but when I still practiced it, I got it 75. I want to say 75% of the time. So it's not actually as RNG. The problem is, yes, it can softlock you, which basically, if you do that, you're completely fucked. But it doesn't happen that often actually. So I mean 13-4 I've gone for since I think the beginning of me running this game. I'm pretty sure 13-4 back in the day was already known. Here is something I also wanted to figure out, which is, can you maybe skip more here? That I'm not 100% sure, but since I practiced 33 anyways, might as well check that out for a bit. Also, yeah, I've not killed any of those, but probably one of the sword guys I would kill when in a full game run, just because the setup becomes so much easier. Not sure why I don't get the last jump here. Probably, yeah, I was a bit too far to the... I don't know if you would say left or right here, but one of the two. So, we go here. And then I... right off. Yeah. I mean, on PS5 you might be able to do the IL strat. That you might be able to do. I did not test it because, at least for me, ILs... I mean, I just do them on PS4 just because controller wise I'm more comfortable with it currently, but yeah. Yeah, I would have to test the real RNG version. Which is the IL version. That is pure RNG, in my opinion at least. Oh, I actually got that one. Surprises me. Jumped over here. Still good. So yeah, RNG version might be able to do on PS5. So I can stand up here, and then I fall off. Actually, I've basically gotten it now every single time, which surprises me a bit. I remember this skip being less forgiving, at least the second part. The first part is definitely less forgiving, but the second part, I mean, I used to have like so many different setups for this back in the day. This is, yeah, you didn't get it. The question is, can I kill myself? I mean, I can kill myself here. I don't think there's a gate here. Yeah. So this is how we used to do it back in the day. You can get out of bounds here. Obviously it's later on and you also need the relics there, so you have to take a little detour. And it's harder, in my opinion at least. I mean, it doesn't help that I don't remember specifically where to dash here. There we go. I'm just not allowed to... There we go. Perfect. It's not allowed to go into that chest cave. Otherwise can't put myself there anymore, he said. So I'm not sure. I think I would reset on this, actually. I don't get it. Because if I get it, and I get 3-4 and 7-1, it's like, I don't want to say it's guaranteed PB, but it basically is. And at least for any percent, if I get for any percent, if I get 34, it's 100% PB. If I get those skips. Yeah, it's, again, slept off there, so I have to jump earlier and not walk as early. And yeah, I don't want to say anything or at least promise anything, but I might have time on Friday to do a full game run. So usually what I do is because I like to keep my sanity, is when I still went for okay, that's bad. Usually when I went for full game runs back in the day, I would do 30 minutes of resetting, and after 30 minutes I wouldn't reset a run anymore. Or at least if I reset a run, then I would just stop for the day. So I guess that's what I'm also still gonna do, because, yeah. Why is my setup so weird that the camera doesn't move? I think my angle is just bad in those. But yeah, maybe if I don't get a camera change here, I would just, depending on my time, just try to go back in bounds for camera. Once I am there, basically not worth it anymore. So I have to take a sharper angle. Yeah, my angle was just not sharp enough. So I go on this thing here. Yeah. Maybe dash. Okay, I can dash on top of this thing. Can I dash even further? Doesn't look like it. Okay, but anyways. Could I? Okay, no, I could. Oh, no, yeah, I can actually stay on this, but I don't think, yeah, I don't think camera changes there. All of you unlisted ILs, I haven't timed it all. Time costume, single segment, 0 this. Very bad run, made a lot of mistakes, took about 9.5 minutes RTA. When I make a polygon, I'm also going to time it via in-game as well. Yeah, that's also something I was asking myself. If we ever do something like all time trials, if we would time it in RTA or if we would use chapter time. Because I don't know if we would want to do like menuing. Or at least if we care about menuing speed. Because then we also have to take loading times into account. I don't know if we want to do that. What do you think? Because I know, for example, in Mirror's Edge, they do that. They actually count menuing for the time. So what if if I go there and then maybe go to the right, maybe that changes the camera. Also kill this guy here because or both of them, because they have a chance to also destroy this. So if they destroy it, I can't kill myself anymore. Okay, I think this should be good enough. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm actually more consistent with 3-3 than I would have guessed after all this time. The first part is still a bit finicky, but yeah. Actually, I also remember the second part being a bit finicky, but I guess it's not. Luckily, the thing you jump on top of is quite forgiving. Yeah, angle. It's off again. So it does take a while, so the game tracks 2 thousandths of a second, but I didn't want to wait for the score was slow because RTA is so much longer. Yeah, exactly. So it depends if we would RTA or not. Obviously, the big argument would be, or I guess the big argument against RTA, the only one I can think of is, oh, but then people can just splice runs. It's like, it takes the same amount of time as splicing with RTA. If it was about the difficulty, I could also splice a full game run. That's really easy. I've literally done it for segmented. So I don't think that's a compelling argument in that regard. Or at least you can splice any percent runs. You can't splice Nougat Plus runs. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're really dedicated, you can also do that, but it takes so much more time. Why is my angle so off? Okay. Do I just have to be sharper? Because I feel like I'm already really sharp on the angle, but apparently I'm not. So, let's see. Apparently I'm not sharp enough, what the fuck? I got... Oh no, wait, it is really sharp then, if I go to this part. Why does... Then maybe I don't have to go as sharp for the camera to change. That could be the issue, yeah. Because that kind of annoys me, that my angle is so bad. Or at least that it has happened now multiple times in a row. Because that means the chance of me fucking it up in full game is also higher. Now I tried to do very shallow. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, saying only X and Y would run it is not really an argument against it. We literally have like categories that are one person run. So as long as people want it, doesn't mean, I mean, it doesn't matter if they actually run it or not. As long as people want it and it's not like absolute garbage, and there, yeah, someone could make a compelling argument, then I don't see why people wouldn't actually want it. Because at the end of the day, for me, it's like quick enter category rules, and done. So in terms of work, it's nothing. Maybe I have to wait on the second jump. Maybe that was my issue, that I did not wait on the second jump long enough for it to turn the camera. So there's definitely a skip that I would practice again before the actual run on the same day. So I go here. Now I go here. Now I go here. Okay, so it does not change the camera. Then something else I might be able to do is maybe dash. Right, but yeah, I'll try it once or twice more, and then I'll probably go to a new skip to practice. I mean, what's really annoying as well is, for example, 5-4, I think it is, because maybe it's not that I have to wait on the second jump, maybe I'm just really bad at figuring out the angle. Same with 5-3, but since 5-3 we don't use any of the skip in full game runs anyways anymore, or at least I don't. It's really annoying because the skip is really, really, really easy in chapter select, but it's comparatively hard in any percent New Game Plus or full game runs, because I think of stuff that is loaded in to the level. Definitely with 5-3, because we can literally see that in 5-3. But in 5-4, even though like we do it blind, I'm pretty sure also either more or less stuff gets loaded, which is why that is the case. Okay, so kind of this angle. What I would really like to do is get on top of the thing behind me, but the only way I could see that working is if I get on top of this thing here. I don't think that's possible. Yeah. So what we would have to do is kind of like... Actually, what is this here? Can I get... Okay, I can't get on top of that. I can go there to the left and see what's there, actually. But yeah, most annoying to practice definitely is 5-4 and 5-3. And you could obviously just have a save file line, which I could actually do if I fuck it up the next time again. Oh yeah, that's a really steep angle. If I get this, can I actually... I think I can salvage this now. I mean, if I do this, no, I can't. Or maybe I just stop with this skip for today. I'll try once more if I get it. Then. Okay. What else? 3-4, which is probably, yeah. I hate that the main skip has so many setups and none of them are consistent or good. There's technically one that is consistent, but it takes the longest, so it's not worth to go for. That's a bit annoying. There's one that's also really quick, but it's not consistent. Otherwise I would go for that one. Where sadly taking the tank and grabbing it in the air is still the fastest way of doing it, of course. But also, yeah, most annoying. Otherwise, I used to do the second skip here as well, but I don't think I want to go for that anymore, just because... I don't know, I felt like to me it's very risky. And basically if you don't, it's not like other skips where you don't get it and then you just live with it. There you get it and you basically reset the run. Just because of the way the cutscenes work in this chapter. I think that has an obvious set that goes past a few fights. 2-3. I'm not sure which one you mean. I can look at it in a second and then tell me maybe which one it is. Oh, or you might mean the first one. If it's the first one, I'll look in a sec. I think I know it. I think I know what you mean. But if it's the one that I think it is, I'm not going for that one, at least. That's always really annoying when you get those tanks, because I think that's RNG as well. I think it's RNG if you can actually jump on top of them, or maybe it's because I took the relic. So, I mean, I can't practice this now anyways, because I need one tank alive. I think it's the one at the beginning. I think it goes past 2 fights, 1 or 2. Yeah. Oh wait, then I'm. Wait. Yeah. I'll show you which one I think it is, and then you just let me know if it's the one I think it is. Yeah, basically the first gate, right? So like the thing here. Oh wait, I'm not allowed to kill this guy. Let me see. I remember it does save a couple seconds, but I don't remember how many. Let me see. Where's my Excel sheet? If my drive would be so nice to actually show me the title of my files, then I could actually. Yeah, here all currently use skips, so this is 2.3. Yeah, the first one, according to my timing, saves 1 second. So, I mean... yeah, so according to my timing, it saves 1 second. I don't know if I would go for it. Because when I timed it also, I did like a fast setup, which to be honest, I don't know how to do anymore. But yeah, basically you try to go all the way to the right here. If you want to. Yeah, once you're on top, and then you go to the right, you can do that if the guy does not shoot you. And then you just jump once, because there's an invisible wall to the right. So you jump once to get off of that invisible wall. Actually, I'm not sure if you need 1 or 2 jumps. I can check again in a sec. You either need 1 or 2 jumps to get over that wall, and then you delay your dash attack. But I have not been able to get a good setup for that. But that's basically it.
Careful, Knack. That type of rock is very slippery.
I'm not sure if you need those relics, but I would just guess that you do. Also, if you dash here in the right time, you can get some extra speed. Exactly, so you go to the right, and you... Yeah, you have to jump twice, okay. So I'm all the way to the right. If I don't fall off. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. Basically, that's what you do. Again, I would not go for it because according to my time, it doesn't save time anyway. So yeah, for this 3-4, I probably only would go for the first skip. I would not go for the second, just because I think it's too risky, and it does save time, but it doesn't save that much. What else? 4-3. Of course, there's the laser floor skip thing, whatever one wants to call it. That one I would go for, because yeah, the problem with 3-4 tank skip is actually, at least for IL, I don't think it's hard. It's just inconsistent. Because you hope you don't get... so, number one, there's the RNG of you don't want to... you don't want to get pushed off, which sometimes happens, and also then there's the RNG of sometimes you can double jump on top of the tank, sometimes you can't. Again, I would have to check if that's because of the relics, but I do remember in full game runs I always get the relics. So I'm not actually sure if that would influence it. This skip is really easy. You know how to do it. The question is if you want to press this or not. I usually do, even though it activates those enemies just because it gives you a checkpoint. It seems to also be... it's not RNG if those lasers are on or off. I think if there's a checkpoint that you can miss, so to speak, when you do the second part of the skip. And then those lasers would be off as well. After this are the other lasers, which I usually don't like to use energy here because I always forget about it. Oh, it was actually a fast skip. Nice. Is it after this then? No, right? No. takes a while. And then there's another skip here, which basically skips a cutscene. But the problem with that cutscene is that it fades you into the cutscene. So it's not just like you save skipping it once. No, you save quite a bit by doing the other skip. And at least when I last practiced it, it was pretty easy to do.
Can't wait to see what Victor's up to back here.
Angle is really bad. There we go. So that's pretty easy. Once you have the angle down and the timing, I guess. Let's see, I think... I mean, I would have to check actually. This is 4-3. Let me see how much the other skip saves. Around about 4-3. 6 seconds, according to my sheet. It also says here there was a third skip. Actually, I could just look at the video. The video has all of them. But yeah, no, I think the 0-second ones... oops. The... so... wow, that was unlucky. I spammed my triangle. I saw the first part of your video, I think on YouTube, but then I saw your comment that actually, yeah, let me see, that you're not sure if the second part is new. Let me see. Oh, I think the second part, I know which one you meant. Yeah, okay, never mind, yeah. That one was known, yeah. There's like 3 or 4 different ways to do that. I mean, there's the hardest version to basically skip part of this, which definitely not going to do for full game runs, because it would be suicidal to go for it. But yeah, this there's like so many ways of skipping stuff in this small area that it's kind of like everyone's flavor what they want to do. Okay, so this is the skip that's supposed to save like 6 seconds. So like this, go on top of this, and oh, so I can't even go there because it fades me in then as well. Yeah. But yeah, basically this, because the fade in it actually saves, and because you have to run back here, it saves quite a lot of time if you do it optimally. Oh yeah, wait, I can still practice this actually. I can just go back. Let's go here. Bounce, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, pretty easy. Not sure why I did not do it back in the day, because it's actually really easy. I guess I was just like, oh, it can kill me, therefore I don't do it. Oh yeah, this is actually quite easy. Then for 4, nothing really to discuss, because yeah, the first skip is really easy. The second skip is also really easy. I mean, first skip you're not gonna do the IL version anyways, because there's no good setup for it. There was. 5-2. 5-2, the down elevator shaft skip is also really easy. I do the mistake of sometimes trying to get trying to skip the first gate after I go down, which I think is a mistake, because it's actually relatively hard compared to just killing the guys. So I don't think I will go for that. And also the end skip for 5-2. If you kind of know the setup, it's okay-ish hard, but I just don't see a reason to do it, since it's really easy to PB for me. Probably I would need a total of 3 runs, or if I get a good run, probably 1 to 2 runs to PB. Good in the sense that good, even though I have not run this game, full game for... I don't even remember. I mean, I could check Discord when I had my last full game run, but it's been ages. So yeah, you want to get this one as well. You could skip also parts and fights beforehand. However, there is also a vehicle that gives you relics, and you want that vehicle. That's the reason you don't actually skip the fights there. Well, I have updated my personal Excel sheet for ILs. I want to finish that. And then I will do... if I do Knack 1, I basically only will do full game. And then, also besides it, I will do Knack 2 routing and finding some more skips and stuff like that. But at least currently I have no interest in doing... did I die here? I'm pretty sure I died here. Oh. I have no interest currently in doing Knack 2 full game. Because at least as of now, I think it's boring. Actually, something I have to get around to watching is... there was, I think, a Japanese runner who did any percent, and he did it so fast compared to now second place. I think literally over an hour shorter. However, because it's still like 3 hours something, I've never come around to watching it. Thought about maybe doing it like 2 times speed at some point. Something one could also think about here is to not actually do this here and directly skip, which is also possible. The only question is if it's faster than... if it's faster than... oh, sorry, I've lost my train of thought again. So basically, if you skip the other way, which is you don't have to do the council or arena fight beforehand, you can get out of bounds here. Problem is then you don't have the size to skip all of these gates. So you would still have to fight everything normally. Now that I've fought the other one, I'm actually not sure anymore if I should still try to fight everything. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm not sure. I think this version is still faster, just because you skip so much fighting, and also because you're just... yeah. You skip so much fighting and you're also bigger, which means you have more safety. Actually, no, safety in fighting you don't have, but enemies also die quicker, the ones that you have to kill. Secret 11-1. Well, it's not really secret, so there is a way to get nearly from the beginning from the game to the end, or not beginning of the game, beginning of the chapter to the end of the chapter. I can show you that as well in a little bit. However, the actual cutscene for it is not loaded in. So if you go to the end of the chapter, just nothing happens. I mean, I can show you. And there is still the hole in the building where you would trigger the cutscene at the end to go outside. So there is a cutscene where you go outside and then you walk a bit to the right and then you finish the chapter. So the hope would be if you can jump into that hole where the cutscene before the end cutscene is triggered, then you might be able to load this part. However, I kind of doubt it. So I don't know where exactly it's loaded in, because I triggered, I think, 2 cutscenes after the beginning of the chapter, and those did not load in the last cutscene, so who knows. So, yeah. It's not really secret, it's just I want to figure out if it's possible. So here you do some random shenanigans. Yeah, so on top of there you saw the hole. And this is the end of the chapter, technically. Surprised I got a first try. Now it looks like I'm actually good at this. But I'm not, so yeah. Here you would just walk outside. And then here to the right you'll at some point see the gang waiting for me. There we go. However, yeah, the final cutscene of the chapter is never loaded. So that is the thing that I wanted to look at. I can try to do some more. Because, yeah, it's extremely finicky, to say the least. Was really, really thrilled when I found that, and then immensely disappointed when it didn't work. Sadly. Oh yeah. If you could do that, because there's also another way to go out of bounds there. I can try. I've not done it in probably 2 years plus, but it's not that hard if I remember correctly. So what you can also do is you can go onto one of these two. I'm not sure, maybe you can do it on both. No, I think you can only do it on this one. Oh no, I have to dash on top of that as well. Maybe something you might be able to do so. No, not true, I have to dash. Stop this. No, I actually, if I remember correctly, doesn't it trigger before you reach them? I thought it triggers before you reach them. I mean, I can check really quickly. Speedrun 1. If that's the case, then it would be movement optimization. Don't. Let's see. Yeah, the fade-in happens before you reach them. So it's not even a strict cutoff. You fade into that cutscene. And the fade-in triggers before you reach them. And there's no fade-in at all, so yeah, tough luck. You can get it. It's once will be. Because the angle on this thing is also really. This, and then you can skip one of the two. Yeah. I don't think. Oh, yeah, you can actually go out of bounds like this. Yeah, so now I'm out of bounds. But the issue is you cannot get on top of the structure. If you could get on top of the structure, it would be really easy. Maybe something. Actually, I can try one more thing, but I doubt it's gonna do anything. Let me quickly check first what the distance is actually between those two places, because actually I tried to jump out of that thing the entire time. Maybe I can jump into it, but I doubt it. Yeah, so it would be here. So I would have to go all this way to be here. That's as far as I'm aware, it's not possible. Fall down to ground level. Okay, stay up high. Yeah, that's the issue. So. You kinda can, but it's. I'm not. I don't think it's consistent. At least as of now, it's not consistent. So, for example, what you can do is. Oh wait, I'm doing this wrong again. Dash, dash, and then I have to go here. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's insanely finicky here. But no, you can technically also stay on top of some of the structures. However, when I did it, it was very shortly. So if I could stay on top of that, it would be nice. So maybe if you align it correctly, you might be able to dash on top of one of the structures. But yeah. Right. You double jump, dash, tornado, you can glide. The problem currently is mainly the angle. The angle is the issue currently. But actually I did not know that you would... I guess maybe I knew you could glide. I'll check that out in a second. Message. Let me see. Wait, how do you do double jump dash tornado? Okay, let's see. Oh, nope, that's not a tornado. I think I also did dash. Yes. Ah, yeah, true. Not even realized that. Maybe that's the next big way to find new skips, because yeah, that was kinda unknown to me. So thanks for that. But yeah, if I think just off the top of my head, I can't think of anywhere where this would be useful, but I mean... yeah, I don't think distance is the issue. Currently, I think the issue is... so if you do this very precisely, you can stay on top of that gravel, rocky part. But again, technically speaking, that's currently at least not the problem. Problem is that the angle has to work first. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste, quote-unquote, waste too much time on this. I'll just try like 5 more minutes and then I'll continue with skip preparation. But yeah, I'm also not sure if I'm gonna do the 11-1 skip yet, because it's annoying. And sometimes I'm really good at it, sometimes I'm extremely bad at it, and it doesn't save that much time, at least. I mean, it does save quite a bit of time, but it's very finicky for full game. I think I lost like 30 seconds on that in my last run. Come on. Okay. No, I forgot that. Ah, okay. Yeah. Maybe. It's hard to explain. When I get home, I'll upload a clip, and I use a glide to reach a fight a lot further, and the level will be bigger than the other skips for that level. Okay. Yeah. Walls are our biggest enemies in this game, sadly. Actually, if I can get that, it might be possible to get to the other parts of the rock. So maybe you don't actually have to do the extended version here. I don't think you need that. You can just do the easier version. If that would help us for a skip, or if that would be a skip, then it would actually be, with this setup, I think full game viable. That would be very... Basically, just the amount of time you would save would make it mandatory to do this. No matter how hard it is. I'm not sure if I would say, if this would work, that it's the hardest skip in the game, but probably top 3. Right. Well, actually, you can just jump over it. What I was trying to do is look if there's a way to go further. Because currently, we skip to, I think, the 2nd platform. But if you were to be able to stay out of bounds and keep your camera moving somehow, you would be able to skip a lot more. So yeah, currently it skips straight to the 2nd phase. Maybe you have to do a bit more to the bottom in order to get this. But yeah, honestly, I would rather do this than the current 11-1 skip, or the 2 11-1 skips that we're currently using, because I don't like either. One is very finicky because it's just finicky in nature, the other one is a bit stupid when it comes to the camera. Oh. Okay, not sure why it didn't change camera there. I would have really liked it if it did. Okay. Go ahead, Elat. Have a nice one. Bye-bye. Hey Alice. How's it going? Hey, hey, hey. Oh, you're running. Nice. Then good luck to you. Currently no, because full game takes 2 hours 40 minutes. So I'm just practicing for it. If I have time, maybe Friday. But yeah, that's the plan, that I do a full game run, 1 or 2 at least, again. Or rather, currently I'm not practicing, I'm trying to figure something out, but probably not long anymore until I abandon that. Maybe if I go a bit away from the edge after a second, like this, and then jump on top of it? No. I had at least something specific to go up on. Doesn't look like it currently. Yeah, this is also really annoying. Yes, would be good to know if it's possible at some point or not. But this is just annoying. Yeah, whatever. I'll practice some instead. I think I'm not gonna do any of the 11-1 skips actually in full game run, just because they're gonna lose too much time if I fuck them up. But I don't need that time save. Thing in here, don't think so. Yeah, let's set 12-2 can be a bit not so nice. I agree, however. I'll just try them again once. Well, should be pretty easy. The one I really want to practice is one of the 13 something skips, I think. 13-2. The 13-1 or 13-2. Because that one saves a lot of time, but can be also really ugly. Oh, hey, lad. Welcome back, I guess. Which glide are you using? Or where do you glide, rather? I know what you mean, yeah. Okay, I don't have crystals, but I think I can pick some up. Yeah, I know which one you mean.
Watch your step, Knack.
I also tried to do that without. Oh wait, it's new, plus I can just kill enemies for crystals. What? Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're also, at least the enemies load in. Even when you don't do it. When you do it without that. Okay, let's see. So I'm actually not sure if it's worth it to go for this one. I don't think it's worth it to go for this one. Dash. I fat fingered my triangle. Okay, so I would... The question is, depending on how much air you lose, it might be worth it to just do double jump dash instantly. But I don't think so. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm actually not sure. I don't think it's a wall. I think it's just because... but I'll try something else actually. I don't think it... Let's see. Dash. Huh. Close. I don't think it would be worth it to do that, just because it's relatively easy to do it without, but let me just try again once more. Oh, so much to that. Okay, let's try this again. Jump. Yeah. No, never mind. There are walls. It's not even invisible walls. There's just walls there. Okay. Yeah, of course, that doesn't help. But that's actually a pretty big thing. Did you find that out, or was that in some random video you saw? Wait, did you down from there, or is there nothing? Or did you go up here? I don't remember. Never watched the cutscene. I mean, true, yeah, it would probably save a tiny bit of time if you could do that, but the question is if you have... I mean, New Game Plus, you always have energy for everything. I'm not sure if you would have energy for it in... I already have enough energy. I'm not sure you would have enough energy for that in any percent. Maybe. Let's see. Oh yeah, whatever. Pretty big thing. Yeah, I wouldn't know from the top of my head where you could use it, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of places where you could use that. So if you're bored, you can look at all the OOBs we have and can see if anywhere you can do that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's probably some instances where you can use it. I mean, the one I could think of actually... actually, no, I don't think you could use it on the 5-2 one, because the issue there is that you have to go over an invisible wall. The issue is not distance. I mean, if you could go at more distance, you might be able to get somewhere else, but the issue there is not that. The issue there is that there's invisible walls you have to cross. This one is actually... the last one here is actually a skip that kind of puzzled me, because I used to be able to do this every single time, like the last one in 12.3, but now, not anymore. Also kinda mad that the invisible walls here are so thick, or high rather, that you cannot just go out of bounds here. Guess they knew what they were doing, so you can easily, well not easily, but you can get on top of there. If you had the right setup, which I don't have, but I already know it doesn't work, so no need to go for a setup. I mean, I guess you could also do this, but it's not gonna save any... Actually, maybe you can't do it. Oh, actually, maybe you might be able to do this, let's see. Or you can do this, but again, it wouldn't save any time over the conventional method. Yeah, so I've not been able to do this skip well in quite some time. Yeah, 12-3 is pretty relaxing, I would say, outside of now the last skip. As I said, used to be able to do it every single time, but now not anymore, not anyway. Okay, I need to go to the left instead of the right, but I usually do that as well. Can I go back up bounds here or something? Or was it just you could skip this part here? Okay, nice, I can kill myself here. So I have to go to the left instead of the right. I timed it and it was basically same time. So according to my own timings, it doesn't matter which one you do. I used to do them as well, but yeah, since I timed it, I haven't done it anymore. Oh, I think you actually just have to go boxes. Yeah. Oh, whatever. I'll probably try that again. So twice before. Okay, now the question is it in... I'll check videos, I don't want to go through like an entire chapter 13 just to figure that out. Because that is also, in my opinion, a quite scary skip. Let's see. Okay, it's 13-1, yeah. I hate this skip quite a lot. Even though once you know how to do the setup, it's easy and I get it nearly every time, but still the setup looks so... What's the best way to describe it? It looks so dodgy that I hate doing it every time. Maybe this would be something where you could use the gliding to have basically 100% chance of hitting it, but technically you don't even need that. It's really, as I said, once you know the setup, it's easy. You just have to know the setup. Darkstar. How's it going? I'll probably stream for another 10 minutes, but then I sadly have to go. But at least you came for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, currently practicing some of the harder skips for full game runs. Planning to do full game run on Friday. I don't know if I will have time for it. In theory, I should have time for it, but I don't know. And then I also have to not fuck up the runs as well. Okay, so... So you have to kind of jump from here, and then you see that protruding thing on the front. You try to jump on the right of that. Ankle's always fun. Can imagine. So, like this. Yeah. And then you go on top. Because the problem is, if you try to hit it head on, there is a small invisible wall that's gonna push you off. So it's really easy. When you know the setup, it feels so dodgy. Are your ankles at least kinda okay, or is it like really bad? Well, my last run would have been, I think, a PB by... So my last full game run with new skips would have been a new PB if I didn't soft lock in 7-1. Yeah, exactly. I went a bit too center there and then it pushed me off. So that's what I hate about this skip. But yeah, if I get... If I get 3-3, 3-4, and I don't troll the rest too much, then yes. Should be guaranteed. Oh yeah, 7-1, I can't soft lock. And I mean, I think it would have been a PB if I gotten 13-4, even with the soft lock, but I did not get 13-4, I think. Or maybe I got it, but I was still not PB. Sucks. Then good luck to you, or rather your ankles. So 7-1, I definitely want to... Yeah, that's also a problem. If you're too far to the right, you get stuck on this thing. If you get stuck on this thing, you don't get back inbounds in time. Sadly. So... Yeah, you want to get pushed off, but only after you've jumped. So my angle wasn't good in that regard. But yeah, I mean, luckily, at this point you should have stored energy, so actually, like, failing this does not lose too much time. Yeah. It's pretty okay, as I said. If I fail it like once. How do you do the 1-1 elevator single cycle? Well, just good timing. I haven't done it in ages, so I guess let's see if I still have it. It's actually quite easy, the timing. So there's something similar in one of the 9 chapters, I think 9-2. That one is much, much harder, because the thing with 1-1s, I guess, I don't know if you would call it single cycle or zero cycle. The thing with, I'll just call it zero cycle, is it's really easy in 1-1 because only one platform moves. The problem in 9-2 is that both platforms move. so getting single cycle is so much harder. So exactly, it's just timing. There's nothing to it. There's nothing, no special tricks or anything. Also haven't practiced 1-1 and 1-1 in ages. But I mean, I don't care if I lose time in 1-1. So I'm not gonna practice this too much. I will probably also generally do the safe version. Probably will only go for... I think you still go for all gate skips outside of 1 in the middle. I think there's 1 in the middle you don't do because it's quite hard. And 1-2 I should be still very confident with. So I'm not gonna practice this at all as well, because again, worst case I lose 5 minutes. Wouldn't be too much of a dish. Yeah, exactly, so just timing. Huh. And you, as I said, you have quite a lot of leeway here, so it's actually not very precise. Oh wait, no, it has to come from the top. So, yeah, my 1-1 I think you can still improve on. Yeah, so for example this one, I mean again, I also don't have... Yeah, so it's just a timing thing. Which I don't think it does anything, but let's see if I can like... Okay, it just squishes me. Who knows, maybe it would have shot me up or something. 1, 2... Yeah. So, and as you could see, I was actually still quite high, so there's a lot of leeway here. Get this. I mean, not this time, but yeah, you get the point. Just timed. Okay, what's another? I still wanted to try one skip, I think. Ah, yeah, 7-1 I wanted to quickly see. So 10-1 we have the safe setup, which is really good, because that means hopefully I won't die. But again, like, generally speaking, dying on skips and 8-2 I also want to practice again. But 8-2 is relatively straightforward as well, and also there you have quite a lot of time until it's not worth it anymore. So, of course, getting it early is good, but not necessary at all. Because yeah, the problem is with 7-1, the time you have in regards to, or not the time, sorry, the space you have to not get soft locked is not that big. So it seems easy, but actually it's really hard not to get soft locked here, in my opinion. Still better than old skip, obviously. Still a pain in the ass. Let's see. Okay, you couldn't do Storm. At least not in any percent. What happened to me once actually in full game, I think as well, is I went out of here and instantly started dashing on this wall. So the robot actually did not stop, so then he destroyed the boxes. Which kind of fucked me. To this, but actually, just out of curiosity, does this work? It doesn't work. Would have been very surprised if it does. Actually, does this work? Oh, yeah. Okay, have fun making music. Go for it. And have a good evening. The 8-2 skip makes no sense. I could even do step 1 and I couldn't do 8-4 skip without getting this 2 big boxes. Okay. The problem with 8-4 without getting the big boxes is you basically have to dash when you think it's already too late to dash. That's how you do it without boxes. It's really weird. I would also agree on that. Okay, so the issue with that is, so for example, here. Yeah, for example, now I'm soft locked. So I have very little leeway to actually do that. And yeah, there's sadly nothing you can do. Once you're here, you have to quit out. So I'll probably practice it, but maybe actually for PB, first PB, I might not actually implement 7-1. And we'll just do it normally. And yeah, 8-2 is just... The problem is actually the first step is also quite hard, which is why what I do is I use the platform as a setup. I can show you in a moment after I do this once more. Which makes it, in my opinion, easier. Only issue is when you do that, you don't have to, but I would recommend killing the bomb guy. So basically, which skips are new off the top of my head for the new full game runs? I mean, the big ones would be 8-2 and would be 8-2 and 7-1. Those are the big ones. So yeah, I can't do like a setup where I just say, okay. Just out of curiosity, would that work? No, I would die here. Okay. Since I don't have that much time anymore, I will quickly show you 8-2 and then I'm probably off for today. I don't need any extra relics for this. Maybe it would make it easier, but at least I don't need any. So this is basically the same setup I would use in full game. I think actually in full game in my last run I actually got this first try. So this one you can kill, doesn't really matter, but this one I would kill. It sucks a bit because you get timed out, but basically yeah, you go on top of this platform here. Because then you can... Or rather, sorry, no, you do this. Yeah, because if you do it all the way to the right here, or you can go in from here, yeah. Because that's easier than trying to dash on top of this thing that I'm now standing. You just go a bit to the right, and it's really easy to get on top of. So you do that, you get on top of here, then on top of there, and then one more dash on top of the grades, which you have to know kind of where you have to go. If I can actually get this, it's been quite a long time since I've done that. And then you do a long jump. And I was not far enough to the left, which is why I died. On the second dash, I wasn't far enough to the left. But generally speaking, this is really easy. Or, no, not really easy, but it's easy. So yeah, I'll kill this guy. Because yeah, because the arrow guy I don't really care that much about, yeah. Exactly, so you try to be as far to the left as possible. And this, you just have to time. That's it. So there isn't really anything to it. And yeah, I'll have to leave soon, so that would be it from me tonight. I'm actually relatively comfortable with most of these skips. As at 7-1 I'll probably practice a bit and then see if I want to put it in or not, because that's there's a couple of skips where I'm still not sure if I want to implement them, because they would be run killers. So it would basically depend on the time I already have by that point, if I would go for it or not. So yeah, Ilat, you have a nice afternoon. Yeah. And Star, if he's still there, also have a nice evening. And I'll be off. Next 2 days definitely won't be any streams, because I'm basically away until evening. And I have stuff that I still need to get done. And yeah, Friday, I don't know when I'll stream. I'll see. Okay, then see you then. And also, I'm glad that you were here, of course. And Star also. And Alice, even though I don't think she's here anymore.